We got ourselves a whole pack of porkies right here. Welcome back to Self-Built. Today is another meal prep day. We are going to be making something out of this delicious pulled pork. We're going to be making some pulled pork sandwiches. If you missed our first episode, I show you how to make your own pulled pork. So if you don't know how to make pulled pork, you can go back to that video, or you can buy it store-bought. I'm going to be showing you my recipe that I'm doing today, which are pulled pork sandwiches, where it's got your pulled pork. We're going to make some homemade sauce. We're going to put some buns on it, and voila, easiest meal prep of your life. Also going to throw some veggies in there, but that's it. Super simple. Let me show you how this works. Here's our ingredients. There's a lot of different variations that you can do, so you can play with it how you want. And I'll show you the ratios that I do on this. I might end up having to do a couple different times just because I don't know exactly how much I'm gonna need for all this food. Don't forget to shake that mustard. You don't want that sad watery fluid just to go everywhere and make your whole day sad. Also helps to take the cap off. We are back in it. Whoa, excuse me. Do some of that. Same thing with the old ketchup. Throw some of that in there. And then Thousand Island. Whoop. This stuff is delicious too. And then to spice this up, add a little bit of sriracha. If you don't like heat, then don't add this. This is basically what the ratios look like. Mostly mayo and then a little bit of each on everything else. Also add a little bit of salt. And a little bit of pepper. Woo! A little more than I was planning, but that's okay. And then we'll just mix this up. You want it to look somewhat like this. Then you gotta try it, of course. Let's see how we did. Oh, that is good. There's a lot going on in there. Ooh, yes. If you haven't tried this, definitely give it a shot. Ooh, and then we're getting some warmth coming in. There's a lot happening with that sauce. What we're gonna do is we're gonna layer the buns with that, and then we're gonna put the pulled pork on it, make our little sandwiches, and then I'll put some veggies there, and voila, we got our protein, fat, carbs, and some fiber. Easy. All right, we got our sandwich. If you're trying to be conscious of how much you're eating, this has 32 carbs per sandwich. And what I'm gonna do is just kind of spread some of this sauciness around. We're gonna get saucy in here. I'm not sure. Let's try both sides. Why not? Let's get a little extra saucy. Doesn't take much. I'm gonna put 5 ounces of pork in here. According to the old Google machine, once you've got cooked pork, it's surprisingly high in protein. 4 ounces is 31 grams of protein and about 20 grams of fat. So not too bad. So I'm gonna do 5 ounces, just add a little extra protein. When adding the pork, I like to keep it nice and cold. So that way all the juices and the fats and everything are gonna stay on it. And then when I warm it up, it'll get sucked right into the buns. And it's easy to just kind of beat up the pork a little bit, break it up, because it'll be kind of stuck after it was sitting for about a week. So that way, it'll just hop right out of the bag. And you don't have to be as meticulous as I am, but I just weigh basically the protein so I kind of know where I'm gonna stand. We are right at 5 ounces, and it's a little bit more meat than I was thinking. I'm gonna mush it down. Once I've got it weighed, I'll just kind of push it into the bread because the bread's gonna compress. And I need that to hang on. Just see if I can flip this bad boy over here. There we go, yeah. So that way, you got yourself a pretty delicious looking sandwich. Then to make it more extra healthy, throw some veggies in there. A little more. And that's it. Super simple, super easy. Protein, carbs, and fat, and some fiber. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna blow through all this real quick. We'll skip to it, and then I'm gonna warm it up and we can see what it looks like warm. We are done. We got ourselves a whole pack of porkies right here. Now that we've got them all done, let's warm this bad boy and see what happens, because all the juices and flavor, it's all gonna really come out. And I'm hoping that these buns can hold up, not get too soggy, get just enough time that we can pork this thing down. One thing that made it easier when I was making it is I would have 2 buns and then I would fold them together. Made it easier to put together. Now with me, I do a little bit more meat than these buns should probably take. So you could change it to whatever you want to do. If you want to have 2 buns, it's a lot easier to get less meat in those. But this is just how I'm doing it. I know it's not very glamorous to microwave your meal, but that's what we got to do. A pro tip that I'm gonna do is when I warm it up, since I've got mixed vegetables in here, I'm actually gonna put the sandwich on here, so that way when the vegetables warm up and defrost, it's not gonna soak the bun and just get it. So that way it just doesn't turn into a sopping wet mess. So it can still resemble somewhat of a burger when I eat it. And you don't have to do vegetables if you don't want to, but if you're going to, that's just one smart way you could make it a little tasty. Here it is all warmed up. All the delicious juices, they're all ready to go and wanting to be eaten. So let's not keep it waiting. Wow. That is really good. It's taking a minute to chew, hold on. It's not that it's tough, it's just a lot to go through. But wow, that is so good. The pork really comes through. You can taste the smoke. And then that sauce that we did, it's a nice little underlying flavor enhancer on top of everything else. Really steps it up and makes it even better. You can do pulled pork, a lot of different sauces, barbecues, whatever you want to do, but just that little bit makes it really good, and it doesn't have the buns soggy. The buns are still hold their shape and they hold the burger, and this thing's not falling apart as much as I was a little bit worried. So that is a win in my book. So I hope you guys try that out, because that is delicious and I can't wait to eat that for a little while. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, comments, let me know. I'll be coming up with a lot more fun and tasty ideas that you can eat and make yourself. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with everyone that you know. And we'll see you next time on More Self Built.